Gentlemen, it's Mike Judy again. Coach Mike Judy on Twitter. Follow me there. DM me if you have any questions. Also, subscribe and comment if you have any questions here. Wanted to go over something that we do. Two basic tags that we use in our bringing our fourth rusher out of our odd front. Okay. And the things that we do to kind of spice some things up. And we've just started this kind of package. It was something that we were looking for. To give a little bit more direction to some young guys, okay, without saying, hey, when we blitz like this, just why don't you try this? Like, we wanted to give more direction, okay, and be in control of it a little bit more. So we started incorporating this thing called the show and the mug tag, okay? Now, the mug tag that we use is actually a little different than the common terminology of mug. Because with mug tag, the guy that's up in the face at the line of scrimmage is actually going to bail, okay? So just kind of get that straight so you don't get confused. Show for us is up in the face and then actually blitzing. If the kids, let's say we get a jack call, we're going to bring our jack as a fourth rusher in this odd front. Okay, we're going to stunt these kids away, all right? And then we're going to bring this kid. If it's just a jack call, okay, just a jack as the fourth rusher, he's going to come from depth the best that he can. Depends on the kid if he's got wheels or not. At the end of the day, he's got to get to a spot where he can make an impact on the blitz. We're not just sending kids just to send them, okay? So he might feather a little bit. He might come from depth, 5 yards. He might be prowling around, okay? That's really the leeway that they have is when it's just a jack or just a plug call. All right. Now, show. Okay, show. If we're going to use the show tag, show is very important to set up the mug. All right. So in show, we're going to put him at the line and coming hard. Okay. Now, show jack, no big deal. Let's talk about Will. Okay. Will blitz, obviously, he's going to be blitzing. If there was a no call, no tag call, he's going to be blitzing this A gap away from the directional call, right? He's going to be blitzing this A gap. If the directional call was going the other way, he'd be blitzing the B gap, all right? In a show call, he's going to be up at the line, all right? And he's going to be coming, okay, into that A gap, all right? So show will. He's going to be coming in there. He's going to be working hard, either playing the run or getting a pass rush, whatever the scenario is, all right? Now, this is where it is interesting. You take the same look, and instead of a show will call, okay, now it's actually a mug jack call. Okay, so the same exact look to the offense could be two different blitzes, two different guys coming. All right, this is a show will if the will's coming, but this is a mug jack if the jack's coming. Our mug tag is kind of the change up, okay, to the fastball. That is the show tag. All right. So we use the show tag to set up the mug tag. In a mug jack. Okay. Mug jack call. Mug tells us the adjacent linebacker to the tagged blitzer has to show and bail. Okay. We have to try to do it late. We want to show early, bail late, maybe even a tap and go. All right. But this is the same exact scenario that we would bring the will from. Now he's going to tap and bail, or engage and bail, or redirect to the run or whatever, okay? Now the jack is going to be coming from that smart split alignment. If he's got wheels, he's coming from depth. If he doesn't have wheels, he might have to feather and prowl out there. But what we want to do is we want to use this bailing, okay, this faking out linebacker to help set the protection and give them problems. All right. So I'm going to use this. I know there's a glare right there. I'm going to do my best. Here's the cue. There's a running back. All right. So here's a typical scenario that we see. So we get slide protection. We see slide protection a lot. We see one of two protections. We never see full slide, which would be the entire offensive line zoning one way, fullback off the edge. We don't see that at all. We could, but we don't. What we see is half line, okay, half slide. Two versions of half slide. We get the normal half slide where we're going to get these three linemen away from the running back, are working zone, right? They're picking up the most dangerous 3 out of these 4 kids right here. Sorry, you can't see the Sam. Out of these 4 kids, they're picking up the most dangerous 3. All right. Then you'll get some sort of either big protection there with a dual read. All right. With a dual read where the guard's working the interior threat to the exterior threat. The exterior threat's showing early. They might fan it. All right. The other scenario is they go interior threat to here. Okay. Which is just straight man protection backside. Here's why we like this tag versus half slide. What are we going to guarantee out of that backside guard? We're going to guarantee that he works in some manner, okay, to that will. He's going to work to the will, or if it was a super slide type of scenario where they're putting this kid on, this running back on the big duel, that guard is going to work to somebody, okay? And if it's a half slide scenario, then he's going to be working to nobody. He's going to be working to a guy that's bailing. Okay, so we're getting one of their dedicated pass blockers to set on somebody who's not even going to rush. That's the concept. All right. So I'm going to go back to just normal half slide. All right. We're just having the guard set on here. You're going to get a bail. So now what are we left with backside? Backside, we're left with a running back and a one-on-one with the linebacker. You'll take that all day, every day. It's something you can work on at practice. Now, and this kid probably doesn't work on it very much. We can work on our pass rush technique. They're probably not going to spend a lot of time on running back blocking techniques. Let's just be real. Okay. Tackle now has a pretty tough job. Okay. Pretty tough job of trying to set and work this kid that's stunning hard inside. All right. Can they pick it up? Sure. But what has it done for us? It's created one-on-ones. On the front side, you're getting the same thing. We're getting 3 dedicated pass blockers to end up blocking 2 guys. All right. So we're canceling out somebody. In this case, we're canceling out that guard. So now we've effectively taken away 2 of their 6. Okay. And we're now created 4 possible one-on-one scenarios. Now, the reality is the guard is probably going to help back inside on the nose. That cancels out the one-on-one scenario there. So now you've created 3, 1, 2, 3 one-on-one scenarios for a pass rush. All right. Now, last thing, I'm going to try to keep this short. Okay. Use the mug tag. Use the mug tag to create a bear front. Okay. And what happens when a six-man protection slide team sees a bear front is oftentimes, okay, you're going to get big on big protection. So in this scenario, okay, instead of a mug jack, okay, we're going to do, this is a mug jaw. Okay, jack and will. Jack and will. So we start with the jack. He's going to come, but he's going to come from depth. Okay, the adjacent linebacker has to show. That's the will. However, the will is also on a blitz. So we say, go ahead and stay up in there. Go ahead and stay up in there. So he's up in there. Now he's actually going to come. Okay, we're going to stunt, obviously, because it's a jaw, we're going to stunt these kids away. Now, the will is part of that mug call. So that means the adjacent backer to the will has to mug. That's our Mike. So here's our bailer. Okay, there's our bail kid. Up front now, we're going to end up bringing this kid from depth. We've got 4 immediate rushers, 1 from depth, a bail kid. Now, again, go through those 2 scenarios, whether it's half slide or super slide or whatever. All right, this guard is now effectively trying to account for a kid that's not even going to rush. Okay, if he helps at all, it's going to be late help back to the nose. We expect our nose to win that battle. Okay, so that's a one-on-one for us. Here's a one-on-one. Here's another one-on-one. The will backer has a one-on-one. The end has a one-on-one. Okay, if they work dual, however they handle it, you're going to get a one-on-one here. So now we've taken all 5 of our rushers and created one-on-one scenarios for them. This is why we love this mug and show call. Gentlemen, have a good one. Find me on Twitter. Okay, DM me, follow me on YouTube, subscribe, comment, however. All right, take care, guys.